Hi guys, Flavia from the Fabulous Planner here. Last week we talked a little bit about my story and I promised you this video and here it is. I'm gonna share a little bit how I started the Fabulous Planner and how I'm trying to turn into a bigger company and how this entrepreneurship has been treated. So I started the Fabulous Planner in 2015, the end of 2015. If you watched my other video, I already told you what happened and how it came to be. So I was living in the woods with my husband. He was tired of LA, of the traffic, of the craziness, and we got a house near Yosemite, which is really beautiful, and we were living there for a little bit, but I was so bored. I was really bored. I'm a city girl. I like going out, I like doing things, and there's like nothing to do there besides contemplating the nature, which I did it a lot, and after a while you get tired of that as well. I got a Louis Vuitton planner. I have her right here with me. So I got this planner in 2015 because one of my friends that she was working with me at the time, she convinced me to, because she got one and she kept me and showing all these planner accounts, and I was like, wow, because I always loved stationery since I was a kid. And when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, those are the planners like I used to have when I was a kid. That's so cool. And all the stickers, and oh my gosh, a new world opened up to me that day. So of course I got the planner. When I started searching for inserts and dashboards and all that stuff, I couldn't find anything that I liked, or they were too plain or too black or too like too colorful, too childish. And I was like, why can't I find anything I like? I always knew Photoshop and InDesign and all of that. I mean, I'm not an expert, but I knew a little bit here and there, and also there's Google and YouTube for that. Newsflash. So I kind of learned my own ways and started doing my own search, and I loved it because I started including illustrations, and then I went back to drawing, and I got an iPad Pro, and there's a really cool app that it's called Procreate where you can draw, and it's amazing. So it really brought me back to when I was a kid and loved drawing and all the fashion illustration, all the fashion, because I'm so obsessed with fashion. So I wanted something like really chic and colorful, but not childish, like chic, you know, trendy. So I made my own inserts, and since I was always on Etsy trying to look for other things to buy, I thought to myself, you know, maybe I can list there, just create a shop and see how it goes, because I already had an Etsy shop before where I was selling jackets, like denim jackets with patches and stuff like that. So I knew how to create a store. I knew how easy it was. So I created the store. The Fabulous Planner, the name came out. Do you think I thought about this name for too long? Like, no. I just wanted to create a shop. I wanted to create the shop, and I had no idea about the name. And I was like, oh my gosh, should I name it like Flavia's Planner, or what should I name? And then, you know, like I always loved the word fabulous because it's kind of like similar to Flavia. It's like Flavia and fabulous. It sounded good to me, so I was like, okay, it's gonna be the Fabulous Planner. And then I searched for the name. No one had the name. I searched Instagram and no one had a name or anything similar to that. So the Fabulous Planner was born. I think I list around 5 items, and I started having sales the next day. It was insane. I had no idea that would happen. I had no clue. I really just listed just for as a curiosity, because you know I wasn't ambitious at all about it. I wasn't expecting having sales the next day. But then they start coming. They start coming, and like in a week I was having, I don't know, 10, 15 sales a day. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I had a full-time job at the time. I had a full-time job for a long time, so I was doing this on the side. So I would stop working at 5 p.m. I used to work from home, so that was a little bit easier. I would stop working at 5 p.m. and then from 5 to 11 at night, I would just process all the orders because I didn't have stock of anything. It's kind of like made to order. So I was like doing this from 5 to 11, and then on the weekends I used to work all weekend long, creating new designs, you processing the orders, doing all of that stuff, or going out to buy supplies. Guys, seriously, don't get caught up if you want to start a business and you don't have money. You think you need a lot of money to start a business, but I'm telling you, you don't need. And it was funny because right before I started my Etsy shop, I was reading a book that I don't have it here. I probably lost in all the movings, but it said something like how to start a company with $100 and had a bicycle on the cover. If I find, I'll just list it in the descriptions. It was a really good book. That book didn't give me the Etsy idea, but I remember my husband looked at that book and he was like, oh yeah, how? People can never build a business with $100. That's a lie. He told me that. I was like, oh well, whatever, I'm gonna start reading anyways. And I'm gonna tell you that my Etsy shop, I didn't even had $100 to start. I had a printer already. It wasn't anything too fancy. It was a Canon. So I had a small Canon printer and a laminator that I probably paid like $30. So I paid $30 on the printer, $30 on the laminator, and what else? And paper. Like, which is like, I don't know, $10 for 500 sheets. Really, really cheap, right? Really cheap, and you just have to put in time in the beginning, a lot of time. But yeah, you can definitely start a business with under $100, that's for sure. And then I started going to planner events, which is really good. It helped my business a lot. And fast forward to 2018. After I was 3 years in with my shop, I was still doing on the side as a side business, and it was, I'm not gonna lie, it was killing me because I was working so much because I had my full-time job, and then on my spare time I had to work on orders or create new items and keep it going. And so it was a lot. And so I don't know if you knew me from before then, my Etsy shop would always be on vacation mode because sometimes I just needed to rest, and I would just put the vacation mode like for 2 weeks or even more. I remember once I left vacation mode for a month because I was feeling so I was able to finally quit my job in 2018. That was kind of the beginning of 2018. Because as I said before, I was feeling so burned out with doing the shop on the side and having my full-time business, and also the income that I was making with my shop was already the same as I was making on my full-time job, sometimes even more. So it was a little bit of a no-brainer to just quit my full-time job and focus on my shop. And of course I freaked out a little because, you know, with sales and being your own boss, that means not having a stable salary every month. So no stability, I truly believe once you put all your energy into something that you love, everything starts happening so fast. My company grew so much since I've been full-time in it. It grew to a 6-figure business that I never imagined that I would do that, selling planners and stationery. So I bought Renee's Christine course on how to build your own website on WooCommerce, WordPress, and it was pretty good actually because I was able to build my own website. She gave step by step on how to do it, and it worked out pretty great. But it took me months to get it done because I wasn't working on it like all day every day, because I had so much to do. I wanted to release new items. I had to ship orders, so I would take one day every week to work on the website for the full day. So I guess it took me around 3 months to finish. But I launched in the beginning of 2019, and I'm so happy and I'm so proud that I was able to do that all by myself. And I'm really happy with it. Also in 2019, right after that, I also launched a subscription business, the Fabulous Planner Box, which has been pretty amazing as well and keep growing every month. And not an easy job. So I always tell people, because a lot of people reach out to me asking about subscription, how to get started and all of that, and I say do your research, because I did, but I still think it wasn't enough, and it's a lot of work, guys. Subscription business, it's a lot of work. That's all I've got to say for now. But anyways, I'm enjoying the process, and it's pretty fun to see, people get so excited receiving their boxes every month. It's really rewarding to see how well it's doing. I launched my own website, thefabulous.planner.com, just because I didn't want to be tied to Etsy for too long. I started as a handmade business, but I don't want to be handmade business forever. So, and I knew that was a goal that I had already. Also this year, a couple of months ago, I actually decided to close my Etsy shop. Yeah, so I was keeping myself pretty busy with orders from the website, from Etsy, and the subscription business, and I've gotta say, I was feeling so overworked and overwhelmed, and there was a lot going on, and I kind of started, I'm trying to think of a word that describes this. How can I say? I wasn't really feeling being on Etsy, just because that's one thing that is so true. Etsy became pay to play. So in order to have your listings showing up on top, you have to pay for their ads, you have to have a sale, you have to offer free shipping, and all of this, that it's great for the people that are buying, but it's not so great for people that are selling. So I play with it. So I was doing ads, and I was doing sales, I was offering free shipping, and so my orders, I started getting a lot of orders, so the amount increased, but then what I was getting paid at the end of the week, it was the same as before. Like, let's say that those are not real numbers, but let's say before I was getting 100 orders per week, and now I'm getting 200 orders per week, and I'm receiving the same amount of money. There must be something wrong with it. And when I looked into it, it was because of ads, sales, free shipping, all of that was just, cutting my margins, and I was working so much. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one, because I heard other people saying the same thing, and it can be my fault of not doing the math right. It could, but then I realized that I don't want to have to work on 200 orders to make the same amount of money of selling 100 orders, because that's a lot more work for the same money. And so it kind of just piled up all all the feelings that I was having towards my Etsy shop, and I was constantly overwhelmed and super tired, and I started not enjoying the process so much because of that. And I'm not saying sales are bad. No, sales are great, you know, are great, very great. But once you get to a level where you can't handle, and then I didn't want to hire another person because I work from home. I can't afford to rent a studio, and you know, I live in LA, so you know, do you know how much studios cost here? It's a fortune. A studio or office, it's a fortune. So if I would rent an office to hire someone, then I wouldn't make any money. So, you know, I debated over this a long time. And then I decided to close my Etsy shop, and that was the reason. So all the customers that were already buying from me from Etsy, they all know I moved to a website. I did a lot of marketing before closing the store. If you want me to elaborate on these marketing techniques, I can definitely record a video later about it, because it was a bunch of things. So most of them are on my Instagram or my email marketing as well. So they all know I have my own website. And once I saw the website getting some traction and some orders that could replace Etsy, now I have my website, I have the subscription box, and I have some pretty cool stuff coming up. I'm also part of the Plan to Inspire, so it's a new company that I launched with Emma from Paper Panda, and we just decided to start this event thing for the planner community here in Southern California, because there's not that many events for planners here, and we all love to get together and plan and drink and have a good time. So that's why we started Plan to Inspire. So that's also another thing on my plate right now. For the future, I'm thinking, I don't know, I just want to keep growing the Fabulous Planner, and I just want to have fun with it. You know, I was in a place before that I was so busy, and I was like on automatic. I wasn't even thinking what I was doing. I wasn't really enjoying, and I just want to have fun again, doing something that I love, and also helping people, because that's my main goal. You know, my main goal is for you to buy one of my planners or stationery and just get your life together, because that's what planners are for. You know, you plan your goals and you go after them and you crush it. So I feel so good, so fulfilled when I see that people that are buying, they're actually using, and it's doing them something great, you know. So that's the reason behind all of this. If it wasn't for that, the Fabulous Planner wouldn't even exist. So to finalize this video, I just wanted to let you know that on our website, thefabulous.planner.com, there's a link for a business coaching session that I offer for anyone that needs. I had a lot of people reach out to me on Instagram asking how I started my business, and how did I do it, and how did I become successful. And it's not that hard, you know, but a lot of people, they have fear holding them back, or they think there's just too many planner shops already. Yes, there's plenty. But there's, you know, there's space for everyone. You can always do it differently. And I always encourage people to go after their dreams. If that's what you really love doing, just go for it. Go for it, and for sure you're gonna be successful. So if you need that extra push, I can help you out, and I can also give you some tips and tricks from Etsy, like SEO, ads, and keywords, all that stuff that it keeps changing, and you just have to always learn about it. I know a lot about that and about running a business while your business grows. So if you have any questions, you can check the link and you can send me an email. I'm not sure if I left anything out, but I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any other suggestions for videos, I'm always open. Just leave me a message or send me an email. And thank you for watching. Bye.